Hello, my Taurus friends. I am Meg, your Elemental Empress, here to do your reading from July the 23rd until July the 30th, 2018. I'll be doing a general spread and then a love spread afterwards. I have here the Tarot of the Tattoo Age, and I'm going to be pulling one card to oversee your reading. Alright, you guys got the Chariot, so you could definitely be dealing with the sign of Cancer, moving forward, your vehicle, and or like physically moving, right? So a lot of people travel, especially this time of the year in America because it's summertime. But I have here the Deviant Moon Tarot for my Taurus friends because we have on the 27th, the day after Mercury goes retrograde in your 4th house of home, family, and it's also Leo, so it could have to do with children. The day after that, we have a kind of hard eclipse, right? We could already be feeling this energy anyway, because eclipses, you can feel them coming from about 6 weeks away even. So yeah, it is in your 10th house, right? So it's like getting rid of something that has to do with the way that people see you, with your public persona, right? So, and it could be something that's quite frustrating as well, because this eclipse is conjunct Mars, and Mars is in retrograde, so that's all about frustration, my friend, right? So, forewarned, forearmed, don't freak out, you know, and my Taurus, this should be okay. Alright, so let's check you guys out. Alright, well, maybe we'll freak out a little bit. So if this is you, especially if you have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in your chart, my Taurian friends, the Queen of Swords in the reverse is not a very happy lady. This could even be, you know, just very harsh words coming from the female energy here. And you want to make sure that, you know, you're not being seen as somebody who just freaks out if you are the female energy, and if you're not, then beware that female energy, because she probably don't freak out, okay? Alright. So, in the foundation, we have the High Priestess. She is in the reverse. That was her in the upright, but she did show up in the reverse. And the High Priestess in the reverse can talk about secrets, right? So secrets, and usually, you know, of the darker variety. Sometimes it can actually be lies, but usually it's more like lying by omission. So yes, like darker secrets, right? Okay. Let's check it out. Oof, yeah. So in the recent past, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Here it is in the upright. So that can absolutely be about, you know, not saying your piece, not speaking your truth. It can be about lies being told, right? And this could be why this Queen of Swords is so pissed. Okay. Alright, and then we have the King of Pentacles, who is also in the reverse. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, male energy. It can also be that the male energy... this male energy is feeling that they're not making enough money. They're down on themselves. They can't provide for the home, right? Because we're out of the sign of Cancer. We've been in Leo, well, a day. But we're out of the sign of Cancer. One of these people could very well be a Cancer. Okay, so in the next step, it is a call to action. So we have judgment, right? So it's like a wake-up call. It's like, hey guys, wake up, you know, stop keeping things from each other. You know, for some of you, like, it's got a real big couple vibe to it, right? Here, these could absolutely be people that you're dealing with, and if you are, there's a whole lot of secrecy happening. You know, there could be lies that you're dealing with too. And how did we get here? We have the 9 of Wands in the reverse. So not wanting to fight. Like this poor little guy, he's like beat down, battered, but he's willing to go up them stairs, right? with the Nine of Wands in the reverse, he doesn't even want to go up the stairs. He's just like, nope, done. Right? So this is how we got here. So not wanting to deal with this, not wanting to deal with something, but there is a call to action coming for this. Alright. So I have here the Santa Morta Tarot for your clarifiers, my Taurian friends. And with the Queen of Swords, so if this, if you don't have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini in your Sun, Moon, or Rising, in the upright, she's the queen that stands in her truth. So in the reverse, any sign, she could be the one that is telling the lies, right? Alright, so you have the Six of Cups, and it is in the reverse. So this is somebody who, they're not coming, they didn't come back from the past. It's also the Sun in Scorpio, right? So this person could actually be a Scorpio Sun, this Queen of Swords in the reverse. So somebody who, just doesn't want to revisit old scenarios, right? Okay, so this secretive behavior, this, this deceptive behavior had to do with an end and a new beginning, but because it is in the past position, it's still affecting because it is in the foundation, right? This beginning has already started, and it looks like it did not go as well as, the people who were trying to hide it had planned, right? Because the world is always a culmination. Like, somebody worked for that. Okay, so with the Ace of Swords in the reverse, you have the Seven of Swords in the reverse in the recent past. So, maybe not saying this. This was like their well-laid plan. This is how they were going to be able to move forward, because the Seven of Swords in the reverse, it's either an end to their shady behavior, but I doubt this with all of the, it just feels like people are trying to throw other people off here, right? With the Seven of Swords, like this, I don't think it's an end to shady behavior. I think this was like their plan in order to make something better, but it didn't work out, right? Okay. So let's check out this here King of Pentacles. Okay, so the King of Pentacles here, my Taurian friends, absolutely that King of Pentacles can be you as the Taurus male, right? But we do have the Hermit card with that. So someone, or if it's you as the Taurus male, you have like hermited yourself away from people, right? You could also be dealing with a Virgo as well, or have this in your Sun, Moon, or Rising, but this is like this person wants to be away from people. Alright, so let's check out this call to action here, my dears. Yeah, so the call to action is, getting your stability back, right? Because we have the Four of Wands here. So getting your stability back in the world. So not too bad. Let's check out the bottom. Yeah, so this is something that caused a lot of anxiety that you didn't want to fight about. You're like encaged in your own mind. I mean, it is the Nine of Swords that is indicative meaning of the Eight of Swords, yeah, but the card itself shows like the nightmare, the anxiety of being caged in and like being lost in this thought form of not being able to carry on, not being able to push through. This could absolutely have to do with a Cancer, right? Because we have the Chariot, but it could absolutely have to do with your car, trying to move forward with these people, trying to understand where they're coming from, and not really connecting with it because you're not being told the whole truth, right? Okay. So let's check out your love lives, my Taurians. And it looks like, somebody or maybe multiple people might have meant well with that World card there, but it's more like, you know, it didn't go to plan, and there's going to be a call to action, and then stability will return. So that's good. Okay, so for my Taurian singles, I have here the Whispers of Love Oracle deck. This is the only part of the reading where I really do denote Venus too. It's about love, but you can use your sun, moon, rising. Right. Physical touch is important. For some of us, nothing is more important than a tender touch. This might include a pat on the back or giving a hug to someone who needs it. And I've seen this come out in multiple ways, right? But, you know, if you got a friend that is in pain, you know, a hug will do it. You know what I mean? It's a good start. Alright, so Wheel of the Year Tarot for my Taurian singles. Time down the middle. Thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate you. And if you haven't had the chance yet, you can just subscribe down below. Appreciate that as well. But really just thanks for watching. Sorry about the lighting. It's a different location. Okay, so here we go again. We have the Chariot. Alright, so sign of Cancer. Absolutely. Trying to move forward, you know. And then we have the King of Wands. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarian, male energy, right? And then we have the Princess of Wands. So for my Tauruses, this, even though it's a princess, that could still be your King of Wands if this person is acting like a child, right? Kind of like throwing a fit over something. And how did we get here? You know, they could have wanted a creative beginning. They could have wanted, you know, sexy time with people. It didn't happen, right? Okay. So I have here, but this, you know, this feels more about like somebody else's pain, right? And the King of Wands can be, you know, can be like the family man as well, right? So this could be like somebody within your family. So Tarot in Wonderland. My Taurian singles. Sorry about the hair too. I'm trying to film for you guys, and I'm like, oh, on a vacation right now, and it is very humid. All right. Yeah. So with the Chariot, you also have the Six of Swords. So that's trying to move forward onto calmer waters. Let's check out what's going on here. And then with the King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian, male energy, you have the Knight of Swords. So this person could, you know, could be running in saying something and then taking off, because the Knight of Swords is the fastest knight in the deck, right? And sometimes they come in just, they leave just as quickly as they came in. Okay? Yeah, so with the Princess of Wands in the reverse, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is something that, you know, it could have taken a bit to play out. It's depressing for this person, and what it's really saying is, even if it's a pat on the back, a handshake, a high to five, right? You might have to be the one to support someone else, right? And then we have the Page of Pentacles, right? So it could have been about a job. It could have been about trying to get into school, things like that, right? And just not having to go your way, right? But it's really important. Like, there's a big support vibe. It's really important to support this person, because the real feel here is that they're trying to move forward. Like, all this was done in the effort of trying to move forward, and that's even from the first reading there. Absolutely. Okay. So, for my Taurian couples, check you guys. Listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but you need to listen with a loving heart. This is very true most of the time. And right now, with this Mars retrograde, with, especially with the 10th house, you know, and how people see you, right? You could be more like just feeling this stress inside of you and not really knowing why. And people see that part of you, which isn't that becoming, you know. 4 arms, you can figure it out. But the more you listen with a caring ear, you know, the more you will be able to navigate this in an easier way, right? And because, you know, this Mercury retrograde is, it has to do with your home, your family. It can absolutely be about children, too, because it is Leo. Remember this. And Leo is about kids, right? And the sun is Leo, too. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Wheel of the Year. Tarot, once more. Okay. Alright, so we have here the Tower. So yes, you could be dealing with the sign of Scorpio. This is in the past position, so don't freak out, everybody, okay? So if you had a Tower moment, then you know already. It's okay. Alright. Check it out. Alright, then we have the Queen of Swords. So, yes, it absolutely could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, female energy. This can also be the female in the relationship is standing in her truth, right? Female energy in the relationship. But it can be quite cold, so this could be something that is being addressed by the advice card and listening with that heart, right? Okay, so at the end of this, you have the Four of Pentacles here. You're not like clutching on to something, which is good, because I don't know if you've ever watched any of my other videos, but it's like, you know, when you clutch to something too tightly, you can smother it, and you don't want to smother it, right? Okay, so what happened, how we got here, we have a Five of Cups scenario. So the Five of Cups, it's a painful, emotionally painful thing that has happened to you or someone around you. The person that you may have to be listening to, like your partner, right? But at the end of this, in the end of this time, you're no longer holding on to this pain, which is really positive, right? And I think you guys can navigate this through really listening to one another, which is really positive. I love the advice cards. I love these for advice cards. All right. So Tarot in Wonderland once more. For my Tauruses. Taurian couples. Alright, so with the Tower card here, we have the Temperance card. So sign of Sagittarius, right? It can be like about patience, right? Like this could have fallen to the ground and you have to rebuild, but now you have to be super patient and you have to stay balanced with it. And it makes no sense because Sagittarius is not about being patient. It's just not. But that's what the card denotes. So having patience and having to deal with this, right? Yeah, so for the female energy here, what I'm really getting with this, with the Queen of Swords, because we have the Judgment in the reverse. So it's a misjudgment to really put up an icy front you know, because it's not, if that's you, then that's not helping. And that's why that advice card is here. You know what I mean? Okay, but it ends positively because we have, you know, not holding on to these things that were painful in the past, because we have the Five of Cups. That's how we got here, right? And then we have the Sun. So this is like good, you know, positive time with family, not clutching on to these negative things from the past. And it's something that you weren't able to move forward. You weren't able to move forward from this Five of Cups moment, this thing that made you, excuse me, you know, made you or the people around you really upset, you know, emotionally upset. And remember to listen with your heart and really emotionally care for the people around you. I think you'll be fine. Alright, so if you like that, then please like, share, and subscribe. And if you'd like to get a reading with me, then just check me about below. Take care, my Tauruses. Bye.